Sevilla has won the Europa League 7 times, 4 more than any club in this competition, but when it comes to La Liga, they have won it only once, and that was back in 1946. Despite having players like Ivan Rakitic, Al-Nassiri and their new signing Sergio Ramos, their struggles continues in the league. So that's why today I'm going to be taking over Sevilla FC and rebuild the team. So this is the team that we have to work with. Currently they are using 4-3-3 attack, which I'm not going to change. As the players that we have right now, I think this formation will work for us. But first let's talk about the tactics. Here I'm using defensive style as pressure on heavy touches, while build up play will be long ball and chance creation will be possession. By looking at the team, the major problem this team has is the age factor. Only 3 players, Ocampos, Al-Nassiri and Luka Bacchio, is below the age of 30, and the rest of the starting players are above 30 years of age, while some of them are even older than 35, which is going to be a bigger problem in the future. So we need to replace these players, which is definitely not going to happen in the single transfer window. At the goalkeeper spot we have Dimitrovic, and definitely we are going to miss Bono, who has left the club to join Al Hilal. While on the fullback spot we have Acuna, one of the best players in the team, and he will be joined by Jesus Navas, who is 37 years of age, but his stats says otherwise. On the centre back spot we have Goodall, and he will be joined by the beast himself Sergio Ramos, who should be having a profile picture in the game, and they will be supported by Marcao. The second biggest problem I see in this squad is at the defense, because when we look at the midfield and the attack, I can say that this team is decent, not the best but decent enough to survive the first season. And the first thing we need to do is to sign a right back for this team, and I think I know the player who will suit better for this team. It is Benjamin Pavard from Inter Milan. He won the World Cup with France in 2018 and has a lot of experience in big competition. He has played with Bayern Munich, but in order to sign him we need at least 50 million, and currently we have only 44 million to spend. In order to sign him we need to sell some players. In order to generate cash we have sold Goodall to Atletico de Madrid for a fee of 19 million, while on the other hand we have sold Rafa Mir to Fulham United for a fee of 19 million as well, and with that our transfer budget is increased up to 77 million. So here you have it, we have signed Benjamin Pavard from Inter Milan for a fee of 50 million. We have also managed to sell Oliver Torres to Fiorentina for a fee of 18 million. After the installment of Benjamin Pavard, I still think we can sign another defender to increase the depth in the team, and we have signed the GOAT himself. It is Harry Maguire from Manchester United for a fee of 13 million. With Maguire and Benjamin Pavard in the team, I think this team is ready to compete for season 1. But before that, to increase the performance of the players, these are the coaches that I have hired for the first season. In order to create our own youth academy, I have set it up a scouting network in Netherlands, Brazil and Italy. While on the other hand, Janu Jad has decided to leave the club and join RB Leipzig for a fee of 13 million. And with his departure, I think we need to sign a new winger for the team, but it has to be under 18 million. For his replacement, we have signed Franco Cervi from Celta Vigo for a fee of 13 million. And with his arrival, I think the team is ready to compete in season 1. Our first match will be up against Manchester City in the Super Cup, where Sergio Ramos and Harry Maguire will have the chance to hold Erling Haaland. In the opening minutes, Ocampos gave away the ball to City and Haaland makes it 1-0. At the 26th minute, City opens our defense once again and Haaland makes a brace for himself. On the other hand, Ederson was denying our player in every possible way. At the 54th minute, Bernardo Silva scores the third goal for City, and now we are losing 3-0 with only 30 minutes left in the game. At the 80th minute, Harry Maguire finds Cervi, but his shot was saved by Ederson. In the end, we finally managed to score our first goal with Sevilla, but perhaps it was pretty late, and we have lost the Super Cup to City. So after just 1 month in the youth academy, 2 players are ready to be called to the senior team. One of them is JC Williams from Netherlands. He can play as a midfielder as well as a defender. He's got 5-star weak foot and can be the next Frankie de Jong. The other one is from Brazil. He is Diogo Miranda. He's just 16 years of age and is playing as a winger. After playing 7 games in the league, we got 8 points, sitting at the 11th place. Definitely not the start we wanted. And now it is time for further tests as we take on Barcelona in the league at Spotify Camp Nou. With more than 60,000 fans behind their back, it is going to be an uphill task for us. We started the game pretty well. Our youth academy player David Centineo scores his first senior goal to make it 1-0, but later his goal was cancelled out by Robert Lewandowski as we find it difficult to hold him. At the 40th minute, a fine run by Cervi as Cancelo cannot match his pace beats Ter Stegen to make it 2-1, but once again we fail to hold Barcelona as Pedri scores an open goal to make it 2-2. 3-2. And once again, it is Robert Lewandowski who scored the goal for Barcelona to snatch the lead and make it 3-2. At the end, the game ended 4-2 and Dimitrovic has been announced the worst player of the match. It is just the start of the January transfer window and we have a problem. Ocampos has agreed terms with Arsenal and we will get only 24 million out of this deal. Plus, we are at the 14th spot in the league, just 3 points above relegation, as we only able to win 5 games out of 80. With the departure of Ocampos, currently we have a transfer budget of 34 million. And for the replacement of Ocampos, I have 3 players in mind. The first one is Moise Kean from Juventus. He can play as a striker as well as a winger, and he is going to cost us around 30 million. The second one is Gerard Deulofeu from Udinese. He is a striker slash centre forward and is going to cost us nearly 27 million. The third and the last one is Koro Mitoma from Lazio. He is a left midfielder and is going to cost us nearly 38 million. And in order to sign him, we need to sell a player, which I don't think is possible at the moment. So we have to choose between Deulofeu and Moise Kean. And I think Kean will be a better option as he is young and can play in any position up front. So there you have it. We have signed Moise Kean from Juventus for a fee of 27 million. With him being in the team, I think this team is ready to play the rest of the season. While on the other hand, we have also managed to sold our club captain Fernando to Roma FC for a fee of 7.2 million. With Moise Kean in the team, we started to win games and reached the 7th place after playing 23 games in the league. And now we are up against Atletico de Madrid, and if we manage to win this game, we will be in the top 4. But sooner our hopes got smashed by Griezmann, who scored the goal to make it 1-0. At the 20th minute, Dimitrovic made an important save to deny Atletico de Madrid. Well, it was looking impossible to defend against them as Rodrigo de Paul scored the second goal to make it 2-0. At the 64th minute, Harry Maguire got sent off, leaving us with 10 men while 2 goals down. And in the end, we lost the game 3-0 against Atletico Madrid. After playing 37 games in the league, we are down to the last match, which will be up against Barcelona at home. And if we win this, there might be a chance that we will end up in the Champions League spot, if and only if Atletico de Madrid defeat Real Sociedad. But this game is going to be an important game for Barcelona as well, because Real Madrid are only 1 point behind them and it is looking unlikely that they got defeated by Real Betis. And in the end, the game ended with a draw and Real Madrid has managed to win the league this season, while we have finished at the 5th spot. That means Europa League next season. Talking about the Champions League, we finished 3rd in the table, getting dumped in the Europa League. In the round of 16, we faced another Spanish side, Villarreal, and defeated them 4-2 on aggregate. In the quarterfinals, we managed to defeat BSC Young Boys 4-3 on aggregate, while in the semi-finals, we faced Feyenoord and defeated them 6-3 on aggregate. This might be a chance to win our first trophy with Sevilla, while for Jesus Navas, this will be a perfect way to end his career. The game was looking even, but at the 35th minute, Ivan Rakitic scores a goal to make it 1-0. At the 40th minute, Jesus Navas given away a penalty to West Ham United, but Dimitrovic rises to the occasion to save the penalty. At the 44th minute, Susek receives a red card for a reckless challenge on Ivan Rakitic, and now they are down to 10 men and we have one hand on the trophy. At the 75th minute, West Ham United scores an equalizer and Dimitrovic should have done better. At the 98th minute, West Ham United scores another one and we are losing against a 10-man team. And at the end, with the full-time whistle blown, we have lost the Europa League to West Ham United. And for the first time in history, Sevilla has lost a Europa League final. On the other hand, Jesus Navas has decided to retire from football. While this season our top scorer is obviously An-Nesyri. He has scored 34 goals and 8 assists in 49 games. While Moise Kean has a below average season, he has managed to score only 6 goals and providing 2 assists in 25 games. While Eric Lamela has a decent season, he has scored 7 goals and 4 assists in 38 games. But due to his age, his overall has started to decrease. Our new signing Franco Cervi has managed to score 4 goals while providing 5 assists in 31 games. While what a season for Luka Bacchio. He has scored 10 goals while providing 4 assists in 34 games. While Ivan Rakitic has a season to remember. He has scored 10 goals and provides 7 assists in 38 games. While this season, for the first time in his playing career, An-Nesyri has managed to win the player of the season as he has scored 24 goals while providing 4 assists in 34 games. So season 2 is here and we have a lot to work with. With this success, Bayern Leverkusen is enjoying with Xabi Alonso. Our first team goalkeeper Dimitrovic has decided to leave the club to join them and we will get 11.5 million. Not only that, 2 of our best players have submitted submitted a transfer request. The first one is Marcos Acuna. After a successful season, he wants to double his wages, which is in fact impractical at the moment. And the second one is N-Nesyri. After winning the player of the season, I think the success got into his head as he thinks he should be playing for a bigger club. And if these two players depart, we have to sign 4 to 5 players to meet our new objective. The first one is to finish in the top 4 position in the league, while the second one is to make Sevilla the Europa League winners once again. So we have managed to sold Marcos Acuna to PSG for a fee of 48 million. We have also managed to offload Suso and we will be getting 21 million out of him. And finally, it is time to say goodbye to our best striker N-Nesyri. He will be joining AC Milan for a fee of 60 million. After spending just one season, Harry Maguire decided to leave the club to join League One club Martial, and we will be getting 13 million for it. While Delaney has returned to Bundesliga, he has joined Union Berlin for a fee of 12.5 million. And with all these 5 to 6 departures, we have a transfer budget of nearly 270 million. And the first signing we have made is for the goalkeeper position. We have signed Diogo Costa from FC Porto for a fee of 60 million. And for the replacement of Suso, we have signed Julian Brandt from Borussia Dortmund. And the deal is done in 65 million. And with Brandt in the team, I still think we need to sign a proper left back for the team, as we only have Pedrosa in this position. And for this, we have signed another Bundesliga player. It is Grimaldo from Bayern Leverkusen for a fee of 50 million. And he will be joining the club with the wages of 40k per week. After signing Grimaldo, we still have a budget of 82 million, and I think there is still room for one more player. And it is none other than Antonio Silva to strengthen our defense. And with the progress that is being shown with the club, we have to sign him. And the deal has been done in 55 million. And with Antonio Silva finally here, I think this team is ready to compete in season 2. While this season we have a new installment in the coaching staff. It is Davor Horvath, who is going to help the team in the defensive areas, and the rest of the coaches remains the same. After setting up a successful youth academy in the first season, this year I will go for Argentina, France and Portugal. And I can't wait to see our first youth academy report. We have also managed to sell Ludwig to Real Betis for a fee of 7 million. And with that, our transfer budget is 42 million. That means we can sign one more player in the January transfer window if the situation calls for it. The season has just begun and now we are up against Atletico de Madrid at Metropolitano. And according to the critics, they are the favorite to win it, and this might be the chance to prove everyone wrong. From the start of the game, Atletico de Madrid were looking dangerous, especially Griezmann. And it didn't took them long as Korea scores the opener to make it 1-0. At the 45 minutes, Oblak made a fine save to deny Julian Brandt. Later in the game, Moise Kean got the opportunity to make it 1-1, but he missed the chance. And with that, the full-time whistle blows and we lost the game 1-0 to Atletico de Madrid. Our first scouting report is here and we have managed to sign Adam Alvarado from Argentina. He is just 15 years of age while his overall is already 63. With the perfect training plan, he can be the next Emiliano Martinez. In the match against Almeria, Brandt took a knock and is not available for 1 month. In his absence, Eric Lamela has to step up for the team. With the season progresses, Eric Lamela shows that age is just a number as he puts on the performance of his life. While in some other news, Iker Bravo from Crystal Palace has managed to win the Young Player of the Year award. And this year, Erling Haaland has managed to win the Ballon d'Or by defeating the likes of Lionel Messi and Kylian Mbappe. After playing 12 games in the league, we stand at the 6th place, only 4 points behind the Champions League spot. And now we have to play Real Madrid at Santiago Bernabeu, and I can tell this is not going to be easy. While looking at their squad, I can tell that they have signed 2 new strikers. One is Latasa and other is Jonathan David. Both have scored combined 12 goals this season. Just before the game, we have a good news. Julian Brandt has been medically cleared and is ready to play against Real Madrid. The game has just started and we are unable to touch the ball. And it is Jude Bellingham who scored the goal in the opening 3 minutes. And we have to find a way to stop their attack. At the 27th minute, Luka Bacchio scored a strange goal and I don't know what Keane was trying to do with it. At halftime, a cross from Keane finds Luka Bacchio and I can see that we have to work on his headers. At the 90th minute, Luka Bacchio got the chance to win the game, but his poor shot was saved by Courtois and the game ended with a draw. So we are here in the January transfer window. Gonzalo Montiel had decided to leave the club to join Porto as he doesn't want a rotational role in the team. As his replacement, we have 2 players to look up to. Both of them have played for the biggest club in La Liga. The first one is Dani Carvajal, who is a multiple time Champions League winner with Real Madrid, currently playing in Borussia Dortmund, and we can have him for around 24 million. And the other one is Sergio Roberto, who is a versatile player who can play as a defender as well as a midfielder. He is a multiple-time La Liga winner with Barcelona, currently playing at Newcastle United, and we can have him for 14 million, and that is quite cheaper than Dani Carvajal. Plus, when we compare both of these players with our team, Sergio Roberto suits better due to his versatility. So there you have it. We have signed Sergio Roberto for a fee of 13.5 million. With Sergio Roberto finally here, after playing 34 games, we are up against Athletic Club in La Liga, and this will surely be the match that will go down in the history books, as the winner will get the chance to book his place in the Champions League next season. From the start of the game, Athletic Club was looking dominant, but Diogo Costa does his magic to deny them. At the 53rd minute, in the absence of Moise Kean, Mariano stood up for the team to make it 1-0. But it just took them 4 minutes to score the equalizer, and they are back in the game. At the 82nd minute, Athletic Club made a mistake and Mariano scored the goal to make it 2-1. The final whistle blows and we were able to grab those 3 important points. After playing 38 games, we finished second in the table, 11 points behind Real Madrid and 1 point above Barcelona, who finished third in the table. If we talk about the Copa de España, we got knocked out in the round of 32, which is quite early in the competition, but it was Real Sociedad who defeated us 3-0 on penalties. If we talk about the Europa League, we finished second in the table and are through to the round of 16. In the round of 16, we faced League 1 side Olympique Marseille and defeated them 2-1 on aggregate. In the quarterfinals, we faced Atletico de Madrid and the game went on to the penalties, where Julian Brandt scores the last penalty and we are through to the semi-finals. In the semi-finals, we faced Fenerbahce and the game again went on to the penalties, where Diogo Costa again put the performance of his life, saving 2 penalties out of 3. And again, all the responsibilities falls on the shoulder of Julian Brandt, who scores the penalty, and we are through to the finals. In the finals, we face Club Brugge, and this might be the chance we win our first trophy with Sevilla. At the 33rd minute, Julian Brandt scored the first goal for us to make it 1-0 and we are leading in the final. At the 63rd minute, Grimaldo strikes a wonderful volley, but unfortunately it was off target. At the 90th minute, Club Brugge charged the last attack of the game, but Diogo Costa made a fine save. And finally, we have managed to win our first trophy with Sevilla. It is the Europa League. It is the record 8th time for the club. While on some other news, Diogo Costa has been announced the La Liga goalkeeper of the year. On the other hand, Jonathan David from Real Madrid has managed to win the Golden Boot as he scored 28 goals this season, while Ferran Torres from Barcelona has won the La Liga Player of the Season. Our top scorer for this season is Moise Kean. He has scored 24 goals while providing 6 assists in 49 games, while our new signing Julian Brandt is our top assister. He has provided 8 assists while scoring 14 goals in 46 games, while maintaining a rating of 7.16 throughout the season. And it's been a fine season for Luka Bakiu as well. He has managed to score 12 goals and provide 2 assists in just 30 games. Franco Cervi, on the other hand, has performed really well. He has scored 12 goals while providing 7 assists in 45 games. While being a centre back, Antonio Silva has managed to assist 2 times while keeping a clean sheet of 18 times in 44 games. While playing a rotationally role, Adria Pedrosa has managed to score 4 goals while providing 2 assists in 39 games. While our new signing Alejandro Grimaldo has managed to assist 5 times while keeping 13 clean sheets in 43 games. On the other hand, what a season for Diogo Costa. He has managed to provide 1 assist while keeping 20 clean sheets in 54 games, and his overall is already increased up to 86. In the previous episode, we have signed Antonio Silva and Julian Brandt, and with their help, our team performance was all-time high. After playing 38 games, we finished second in the table, just above Barcelona, but 11 points below Real Madrid, who were the league winners. This time, we managed to win the Europa League, and it's a record 8th time for the club, and all done by this team. Although this year, we have to make some big transfer because we are aiming for the league title as well as the Champions League. If we talk about the defense, I cannot ask for much more. We have the last season goalkeeper of the year, Diogo Costa. On the fullback spot, we have Benjamin Pavard and Alejandro Grimaldo, who doesn't need any introduction. On the centre back spot, we have the world-class player Antonio Silva, who will be joined by Marcao. His overall rating is less, but believe me guys, he is doing an outstanding job. In the midfield, Julian Brandt will be leading the team, who was the top assister last season, and he will be joined by Saw and our club captain Jordan. button. In the front, we have Franco Servi, Moise Kean and Luka Bacchio. But we have a problem. Eric Lamela overall has decreased up to 76, and I have to say last season in the absence of Julian Brandt, he was the star player for the team. And unfortunately, he is not aging like a fine wine. So we need to step into the transfer market to sign a big player who will help us winning the Champions League and the league title. I have shortlisted 3 players for the left wing position. The first one is Rafael Leao from AC Milan. He's been performing so well in Serie A that in order to sign him, we need to spend at least 160 million. But this season our budget is 147 million. In order to sign him, we need to sell some players. Our second option is Phil Foden from Manchester City, who can play as a winger as well as a midfielder. And for this deal, we need to spend at least 145 million. And our third and last option is Kingsley Coman from Bayern Munich, who scored the winning goal for them in the Champions League final against PSG. And for this deal to happen, we need to spend nearly 60 million. And out of these 3 players, I really want to sign Phil Foden. If somehow we manage to do this deal in 140 or 142 million, I think we can survive the transfer market. We have managed to convince Pep Guardiola for 142 million. So there you have it. We have signed Phil Foden from Manchester City, and he will be joining the club with a staggering amount of 210k per week. With Phil Foden in the team, I think this team is ready to compete in the league as well as for the Champions League. But before going forward, let's take a look at the youth academy. Last season we signed Eden Alvarado. His overall is already increased up to 64. Although we have other good players as well. We have Marcelo Ruiz from Argentina. In addition to that, we have other future stars as well. We have Carlos Peralta, who is a midfielder, and Eduardo Mosquera, who is also a midfielder, and all of them are from Argentina. And I am going to promote all of them to the senior team, and they will surely get the chance to play in this season. Our first match will be played against Kylian Mbappe PSG in the UEFA Super Cup. By looking at their team, I can see that they have signed Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne from Manchester City. In the start of the game, it looked like we are going to concede a goal, but luck was on our side and we survived. At the 40th minute, Fabian Ruiz opened the score line for PSG and we are losing 1-0. Later, Grimaldo made a mistake and our team paid for it by conceding the second goal. And after just 10 minutes, Gabi scored the third goal for PSG and Diogo Costa should have done better. At the 90th minute, Foden failed to score what could have been his debut goal, but his shot was quite poor. With the full-time whistle blown, we lost the Super Cup to PSG. After the loss against PSG, Pedrosa wants to join them and PSG are interested in him as well. As his replacement, we have signed Spinazzola from AC Milan for a fee of 18 million and he is going to play a rotationally role in the team. Our first match in La Liga will be up against Real Madrid at home. In the start of the game, Keane got a chance to score but he made a mess of it. But on the other hand, Jude Bellingham scores a difficult goal and this is where all the differences lies. After just 2 minutes, Franco Servi scores the equalizer and it's a clear message that his place is still in the team even after the installment of Foden. We are nearly there at the half time, but Real Madrid scores a goal to make it 2-1. Later, Valverde again tried to score, but this time it was saved by Costa. At the 90th minute, Spinazzola finds Foden in the box, but his shot got blocked. And with the full-time whistle blown, we lost the game against Real Madrid. We are in the January transfer window, sitting at the 3rd place, 10 points behind the leaders Barcelona. And we have a chance to reduce this gap as we take on Barcelona at Spotify Camp Nou. But before that, we have found a future star in our youth academy. It is Luis Morera from Mexico. He is only 15 years of age, but his overall is already 68. He can play as a winger or in the midfield as well. And once he is 16, I'm going to promote him to the senior team. And now the match we all have been waiting for, it is Moise Kean against Robert Lewandowski at Spotify Camp Nou. We started the game pretty well as the shot from Luka Bacchio was saved by Ter Stegen. At halftime, Foden scores a banger to make it 1-0. At the 55 minute, Diogo Costa made a mistake of coming out early and Ferran Torres scores the equalizer. On the other hand, Ter Stegen made a brilliant save to deny Moise Kean. At the 81st minute, Luka Bacchio misses a golden chance to win the game. And in the end, the game ended with a draw. That means we are still 10 points behind them in the league. But now it is time to focus on the Spanish Super Cup as we take on Real Madrid in the semi-finals. We started the game pretty well as Moise Kean scores a goal in the opening 4 minutes to make it 1-0. And soon after just 6 minutes, Foden scores the second goal. And I can't believe that we are leading 2-0 against Real Madrid inside 10 minutes. And later we managed to win 5-2 against Real Madrid and are through to the finals. As we are in the January transfer window, we managed to sold our youth academy player Pedro to Nottingham Forest for a fee of 2 million. And now it is time to play play our first final of the season that will be played against Barcelona in the Spanish Super Cup, and this will be the team that we are going to use against them. But in the end we have bottled it as we lost 2-1 against them. And here we have another problem, as Atletico de Madrid has paid the release clause for Saw, and there is no way that I am going to let him go to one of our rivals. To prevent this deal, we have renewed his contract and increased the release clause to nearly 70 million, while Julian Brandt has managed to grab the January player of the month. After playing 35 games in the league, we are at the top of the table, equal points with Barcelona, while Real Madrid are just 1 point behind us. And it is time to play Barcelona at home. This is the third time we are facing them, and whoever wins will have the upper hand to win the title, while a draw will give the chance to Real Madrid to win it once again. At the 11th minute, Lewandowski beats Diogo Costa at the near post to make it 1-0. At halftime, Pavard had the chance to score the equalizer, but he missed it. At the 69th minute, Franco Servi made a fantastic run. Nobody can catch him, as he scored the solo goal to make it 1-1, and we are back in the game. And later Saw scored a banger to make it 2-1, and this can be the winning goal for us. Julian Brandt put the hand on the victory by scoring the third goal, and there is no way that Barcelona can make the comeback. And after playing 38 games in the league, we finished second in the table. Again we have bottled it to Real Madrid. If we talk about the Champions League, somehow we have survived the group, as we have finished at the second spot, equal points with Inter Milan, but through on goal difference. In the round of 16 we faced PSG once again, and this time they have signed another Manchester City player, that is Jack Grealish, and by the looks of it this game is not going to be easy. But we managed to pull the game by winning 2-1 in the first leg and 3-2 in the second leg, and are through to the quarterfinals. In the quarterfinals we faced Barcelona for the record 4th time and managed to defeat them 7-5 on aggregate. In the semi-finals we faced Aston Villa, two underdogs facing each other at the bigger stage, but unfortunately they knocked us out 4-3 on aggregate and managed to win the Champions League in the first time in the club history by defeating Manchester United 2-1. And this season again Diogo Costa has been announced the La Liga goalkeeper of the year, and his transfer value has increased up to 91 million. While our top scorer for this season is Moise Kean. He has managed to score 39 goals while providing 11 assists in 46 games. He has also managed to win the Golden Boot, as he has scored 28 goals in 32 matches in La Liga. While our top assister for this season is Julian Brandt. He has provided 19 assists and scored 24 goals in 48 games. While what a season for our new signing Phil Foden. He has scored 24 goals while providing 17 assists in 48 games. On the other hand, being 32 years of age, Franco Servi has managed to score 10 goals and provide 3 assists in 38 games. While Luka Baku has a wonderful season. He has scored 13 goals while providing 8 assists in 36 games. While this season Saw has contributed to 20 goals in 51 games. While on the other hand, our youth academy player Edwin Peters has managed to play 5 games this season, in which he has scored 2 goals and provide 4 assists while maintaining an overall rating of 8.14. In the previous episode we signed Phil Foden from Manchester City. With his installment we started to fly off with the wins. In his first season he has contributed to 41 goals, where he scored 24 times and assisted 17 times. After playing 36 games we were at the top of the table. The world was watching, as this could be the first league title in the club history after 19 years. But in the end we bottled the chance by 2 points, and Real Madrid were crowned the league winners once again. If we talk about the Champions League, we went on to the semi-finals against Aston Villa, who knocked us out and becomes the Champions League winners for the first time in their history. So season 4 is here, and this is the team that we have to work with. On the goalkeeper side we have Diogo Costa, who has reached to 89. Since his arrival in the league he has defeated the likes of Thibaut Courtois and Ter Stegen by winning the La Liga goalkeeper of the year. This season if he manages to do this once again, then he will break the record set by Victor Valdez and Iker Casillas, who has won it only twice. While on the fullback position we have Benjamin Pavard and Alejandro Grimaldo, both are 85 right now. While on the centre back position we have Antonio Silva, who has reached to 85. He will be joined by Macau, and they will be supported by Bade, who is unhappy at the moment. And I think in order to compete at the higher stage we need to sign a world-class defender for this team, and for that this season we have a transfer budget of nearly 150 million. And there you have it. Our first signing of the season is for Fikayo Tomori from Manchester United, and for this deal to happen we have spent 90 million. With his installment in the team I think our defense looks strong enough and ready to compete this season. But if we talk about the midfield, here we have our club captain Jordan. He will be joined by Saw, and up front we have Julian Brandt, who has increased up to 88. And even after signing Fikayo Tomori we still have a budget of 51 million to spend, and I really really think increasing the depth in the midfield is the right choice for the team. So we have signed Sofian Amrabat from Fiorentina for a fee of 35 million, and he will be joining the club with the wages of 70k per week, and with his installment I think we are ready to win some titles. But before that, let's take a look at the youth academy we have developed in these 3 seasons. And here, as you can see, Luis Moreira has finally grown up to 16 years of age and ready to be called to the senior team, as he is already increased up to 69 and can play a supportive role for the winger as well as for the midfield position. And the same goes for Paco Barrios, who is from Argentina. He is only 17 years of age. His overall is already 63. He can play as an attacking midfielder as well as a center forward. With 4-star weak foot and 3-star skill moves, I think he is ready to be called to the senior team. And this season I will be sending my scouts to Brazil, France and Italy. To increase the performance at the goalkeeping area, I have hired Erkan Gursebe as the head coach for the team. Our local rivals Real Betis has agreed to pay the release clause for Gattuso, and he has chosen to leave the club, so we will be getting 14 million out of it. We have also managed to sold our young superstar Igor Moreira for a fee of 4 million. In some other news, last season La Liga Player of the Year Jonathan David had decided to join AC Milan for a fee of 60 million. While in La Liga, our first match is up against our top rivals Barcelona, who have signed the young sensation Moukoko and Thomas Partey. In the start of the game, Tomori made a mistake and Rafinha was through on attack, but Antonio Silva rises to the occasion and defended against him. On the other hand, Moise Kean scored the first goal to make it 1-0. At the 50th minute, Grimaldo given away a penalty to Barcelona, and he has also received a yellow card for his challenge. And the penalty from Ferran Torres was saved by Diogo Costa. With the full-time whistle gone, thanks to Moise Kean goal, we have managed to defeat Barcelona 1-0. And here we have received 190k from PSG as a part of sell-on clause on Acuna, as he has joined Fenerbahce for a fee of 19 million. We are in the month of October and Foden has managed to grab the La Liga Player of the Month. And now we are going to face Mikel Arteta Arsenal in the Champions League group stage. In this game, Moise Kean has to be on his toes as they have signed Rudiger from Real Madrid. But in the end, we have managed to defeat them 2-0. While once again, Erling Haaland has managed to grab the Ballon d'Or 3 times in a row now. While Young Player of the Year goes to Curran Young from Aston Villa. After playing 14 games in the league, we were at the top of the table 6 points above Real Madrid. And now we have the chance to increase this gap even further as we take on Carlo Ancelotti's man at Santiago Bernabeu. And this game is going to be as tough as possible as they have signed Gonzalo Ramos and Theo Hernandez. Real Madrid scored the first goal in the opening 4 minutes as their new signing Wahi was looking unstoppable. On the other hand, Courtois was denying Foden again and again. At the 65th minute, Moise Kean nutmegged Thibaut Courtois to make it 1-1. The game was heading towards the draw, but Marcao scored his first goal of the season to make it 2-1. And later, Brandt scored the third goal to make it 3-1, and surely there is no way back for Real Madrid. With the full-time whistle blown, we have managed to defeat Real Madrid in front of their own fans. Now, we are in the January transfer window and we have managed to sold our youth academy player Lucas to Wolfsburg for a fee of 4 million. While Luis Moreira will also be on his way to join Leicester City for a fee of 3 million. And now it is time to play the Spanish Super Cup where we faced Valencia and defeated them 2-1. And in the final, it is trophy number 1. We have managed to defeat Real Madrid 2-0. On the other hand, Luis Bade had decided to join our local rival Valencia due to lack of playing time. During the season, there were some ups and downs, but after 37 games played in the league, we are at the top of the table, 3 points above Real Madrid. And now we are just 1 point away from winning the league. Even a draw will do the work for us. But we have to face Atletico de Madrid and it is not going to be that simple. On the other hand, Moise Kean is battling with Wahi from Real Madrid for the Golden Boot. And if we win or draw in this game, we will have the chance to lift the league title at home. The game was going pretty well. Moise Kean tried to score from a bicycle kick, but their new goalkeeper Winter denies it. At the 24th minute, Luka Bacchio's shot was saved by Winter, but he couldn't get the hold of the ball and Jordan made it 1-0. At the 57th minute, Julian Brandt found Moise Kean, who scored the goal from outside of the box to make it 2-0. And later, Eric Lamela was brought onto the pitch as this marks his last game in the football career. After some time, Moise Kean scores a wonderful goal to make it 3-0, and there is no way Atletico de Madrid are coming back. And finally, it is here we have managed to win the league title with Sevilla. The league title will be coming to us after 90 years and this team will be there in the history book. If we talk about the the Champions League, we finished second in the table while Arsenal are topping the group. The score was 1-1 after the first leg, and I can see that they have invested a lot of money in this team and basically a complete overhaul of the team, as they have signed Darwin Núñez, Frankie de Jong, Camavinga, Stones, Foyth and Sule. And I have to say it is getting very difficult to hold this super team. Well, Frankie de Jong opens the scoreline for them and makes it 2-1 on aggregate. Later, Camavinga got booked due to a reckless challenge on Brandt. At the 59th minute, Franco Servi finds Moise Kean, who scored a wonderful goal from a difficult angle to make it 2-2. At the 86th minute, Julian Brandt was through on goal, but his shot was saved by Vicario, and the game went on to the extra time. Well, Camavinga again made a reckless challenge on Julian Brandt, and this time he has to leave the stadium. An error by the Spurs, and Moise Kean was one-on-one against the goalkeeper, and this time he made it 3-2. And with the final whistle blows, we have managed to defeat them 3-2 on aggregate. In the quarterfinals, we faced Gunners once again. The score was 1-1 after the first leg, and it is not going to be easy to pull this game away from home. In the start of the game, we made a mistake and Smith Rowe scores a brilliant volley to make it 2-1 on aggregate. At the 60th minute, Luka Bacchio got the chance, but I don't know how Ramsdale made the save. At the 74th minute, Ramsdale made another brilliant save to deny us, but later Luka Bacchio made sure that he scored this time and made it 2-2, and Arsenal players cannot believe what just happened. I really don't want to concede any goal at this moment because I know there's no way back. And later Ramsdale made another brilliant save to deny Moise Kean, and the performance he has been putting up for them in this match, he has to be given the man of the match. Franco Servi was through on goal. It is him against the whole stadium, but Ramsdale denies him, and the game went on to the penalties. In order to win it, Diogo Costa has to save the penalty, but Odegaard scores from the spot, and in the end it is Marcao who scored the winning penalty, and we are through to the semi-finals, where we face AC Milan and got the chance to meet our former player En-Nesyri. And this might be the stage where we prove him wrong, that he made a wrong decision to leave the club. So here you go, we have defeated them 3-2 on aggregate and are through to our first Champions League final. In the finals, we face PSG once again, and I can see our former player Pedrosa there. But here we have a problem, for Kayo Tomori will not be available for this game due to suspension, so Marcao have to fill his shoes. Well, Sevilla has never won the Champions League, and this might change today. Well, PSG has made a mistake in the start of the game, and Moise Kean was through on goal, but his shot hit the pole and the game is still 0-0. Pedrosa made a fine run on the wings. He finds Grealish, who found Kylian Mbappe, scores the goal to make it 1-0. Moise Kean made a fantastic run, but his pass couldn't find Foden, and that could be the goal to make it 1-1. But Julian Brandt made it 1-1 by scoring a difficult goal, and we are back in the game. And later Julian Brandt finds Phil Foden, who made it 2-1. Two goals, one after the other, and I can't believe we are winning at the moment. Just when we thought it is all over, Ousmane Dembele made it 2-2 by scoring at the 90th minute. Well, Moise Kean was through on goal once again, and he has scored an easy goal to make it 3-2. With the full-time whistle blown, we have managed to defeat PSG in the Champions League final. For the first time in the club history, the Champions League will be coming home at Sevilla. Well, our top scorer for this season is Moise Kean. He has scored 40 goals while providing 12 assists in 50 games. He has also managed to win the Golden Boot this season by scoring 25 goals in 33 league games. While what a season for Phil Foden. Once again, he has scored 19 goals while providing 12 assists in 51 games. And our top assister for this season is Julian Brandt. He has assisted 16 times and scoring 20 goals in 53 games. While Luka Bacchio has a decent season, he has scored 11 goals, 6 assists in 34 games. While our new signing Amrabat has managed to score 2 goals and provide 3 assists in 48 games. Being a centre back, Antonio Silva has managed to assist 2 times in 51 games. Well, what a season for Diogo Costa. Being a goalkeeper, he has managed to assist 3 times while keeping 18 clean sheets. Well, I don't understand how Benjamin Pavard has more clean sheets than Diogo Costa, as Costa has played all the games, even more than Benjamin Pavard this season. This season was the most successful season, as we have managed to win the quadruple with the club: the UEFA Super Cup, the Spanish Super Cup, La Liga, and the one and only Champions League. So that's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. I will see you soon in the next video. Until then, you can watch the videos that are showing on your screen.